What's happening, YouTube? So I'm gonna change the oil on the Magna. This is actually much easier than on the Savage because you just have an oil filter and a plug to pull, and then we're gonna fill it. So as per the manual, it takes 3 quarts of oil, and where I live, the temperature range is anywhere from 40 to 100 degrees. So today we're going to use 10W40 wet clutch protection. And I just got a K&N oil filter. I got it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description for both the oil and the filter. So there's one plug that we've got over here. You know, on the Suzuki, it was like you had to take 3 screws off, and then the filter was underneath a plate that had a spring, and you had to be careful, plus the plug, and you don't have to do any of that on this. It's simply we're going to take the filter off, take the plug out. So the plug is a 17 millimeter socket. Pro tip, we got the oil catcher obviously, but you can get you one of these pads. It's just like a washable puppy pad, and then you can keep oil or any other shenanigans, you know, transmission fluid, whatever it is, brake fluid. Oil filter is right there. The oil plug was right there. Another nice thing about this filter is that right here you can attach your 17 millimeter socket to this and tighten it or loosen it if you're having trouble getting it off. Here's the new oil filter. So the only bike that I've ever really had, the only bike that I've ever had was Zeta. So that was the Savage 650. And on that bike, there's a looking glass so that you can see what your oil level is. On this bike, there's not. There's a dipstick. And so I went in there and was talking to TiVo and was like, hey, there's no looking glass on the bike. He was like, check the dipstick. I was like, there's a dipstick? So it's very interesting. Here's where we're filling the oil from, and this little guy right here is your dipstick. It's adorable. That's the thing. Alright, we're going to give this a few minutes. Let it drain completely. Pop the other one on. Fill her up. And then that's it. Easy. I just gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with that oil. This looked like it slowed down the flow. Like we're really just kind of getting the last drizzles. So, those of you who are used to getting your hands dirty, we're going to take a little bit of the oil. It can be new or old, it doesn't matter, but you just rub it around the rim of the gasket on the filter, and that just kind of helps it seal. I was just kind of going around doing a once over on the bike, washed it last week and had ordered the filter, was waiting for it to get in, and then was just being lazy. So today I was just kind of tinkering around and checked the air pressure in the tires. And these tires, the max PSI is 42 PSI. The front was at 15 and the back was at 9. So that's not good. I mean, it didn't break it, but that's certainly not where you want it. Here's a little bit of food for thought too. This is a hearsay that's told to me by another mechanic, so check it for yourself. But what he told me was, for every pound of pressure your tires are low, you're losing 2 miles per gallon in gas. So, truth be told, getting this thing, because this bike's a little bit heavier. It's heavier for me. It's about 500 pounds. I don't know what the exact weight of the bike is, but it's definitely heavier than the Savage was. So that's really been where my learning curve has come in, and just the general ergonomics of the bike. This tank's a lot longer, so I'm stretched a lot more forward. In the future, I'd like to get some more handlebars that kind of bring it a little bit back closer to me, because I've noticed as my arms are stretched, then the harder it kind of is for me to steer and feel like I have control of the bike, like I have the strength to in those slow maneuvers like U-turns and stuff like that. So I don't know why I was telling you all that, but you got a little bit of my rambling and some good information. For the Magna, this is a K&N 303 filter. Let me get the box. Yeah, so here it is. Let's get the American side for you. There we go. K&N 303. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description for this specific filter. Alright, we're going to put our bolt back now. When you're putting your bolt back in, always make sure that you're threading it by hand, not just going straight in there with the wrench, because you don't want to cross thread it. That is not. It's doable, it's fixable, but you're gonna have to get a whole new pan underneath, or have the tools to be able to re-thread that thing, and then you're going to need a different size bolt anyways. So do it with your hand, tighten it with a wrench. By the book, this bike takes 3 liters. A liter is give or take a quart. I can't remember. My culinary knowledge is failing me at the moment. So I'm going to put 2.5 in, let it sit for a minute. I'll check the dipstick and then just kind of see how I'm feeling about it. Another trick to these, if you did or didn't know, is if you pour it this way, it won't glug glug. It'll just come out smooth. Let it sit for a couple minutes, let everything kind of level out, and then I'll pull the bike a little bit or sit on top of the bike and just have it level, and then we'll check the dipstick and see how much oil we still need. So about 2 3/4 of quarts. 2 3/4 quart. Alright, YouTube, that's how you do it. That's how you change your oil on a 750 Magna. So, like this video, share this video. If you want to see more in the future, subscribe. Motomantha out.